Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my Fire Emblem Thracia 776 low Turncounts Ironman playthrough. I'm Lolo Santonia. I'm joined by Ada again.
Hello.
Hello. And we're joined by special guest, Peeved Latias. Hello.
Hello.
I can't believe we got him. Latias, would you like to tell us a bit about what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I am a QAN. Oh, you don't mean in real life.
I think we're good.
I stream here and there, mostly Fire Emblem games, occasionally other RPGs. I've been on Mecha's channel a couple of times talking about SOV, which is my equivalent of Thracia, by which I mean the game that has completely consumed my life.
You are the SOV guy, no question.
Well, I'd say there's a couple more SOV guys than me, but I'm the SOV guy that actually talks about it outside of the SOV channel. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've played every game in the series. I played Thracia like twice. This has been my own personal hell for like 6 months, waiting for this to finally be released, so I can stop hearing reliability calculations and all. And this is how I exercise my demons.
Now you get to finally see this pilked up asbel. And it's 14 defense.
Oh hell yeah, there's a bridge key in this chapter.
Hell yeah!
The last bridge that you can key is here, right?
Probably. Yeah, it's to get
there it is.
Sloof. There it is!
Sloof is such a funny name.
Right?
I'm so sad they renamed them Shroff.
I need 4 more units as fodder, just for like, deployment. We'll bring Marita, sure.
Marita?
Yeah.
You like her?
Yeah, I like Marita. I didn't bring Lara. Oh, okay, I just didn't write down Lara on the preps. That's what's wrong. Okay, well fuck Marita then. Alright, let's go ahead.
So, chapter 16, well 16A, marks a return to Seas maps, like chapter 10. Except this time we have way better resources, including, with our 2 A staffers and a dancer, effectively possibly 3 warps per time. Or just, 3 high-level staff actions. Which basically lets us do...
Yeah, so like there we just got Salem to A rank with that last use of the sleep stuff.
Yeah. So we can basically do anything we want at this point. It's free warp skips all day. There's a couple of side objectives, recruitable...
Yeah,
characters.
So the person that Salem just put to sleep there was Ilios. He is now actually unrecruitable because he's put to sleep. We don't bother recruiting him because we don't need him, and if we were to leave him be, he would kind of bother us with his bolting tome. So we kind of just remove that from the equation entirely, and we don't have to worry about him anymore. The other recruitable character is Sloof on this house here, where Leaf is being walked to. The unfortunate thing about Sloof is that only Leaf can recruit him, and of course Leaf also wants to at some point reach the throne so that he can seize. This is quite unfortunate because it's going to mean that we're going for a 3-turn instead of a 2-turn or even 1-turn, but we do what we can.
Yeah, but it's absolutely worth it because Sloof has 8 staves.
Yeah.
He just joins with them. He's just allowed to have that. What you worked for on Salem? Pointless. Sloof is right here. Well, not pointless. You have 2 of them now. But that's just how good he is. Like, even in a casual playthrough, he's actually insane. Yeah.
Staff rank is such a huge and at times over-centralizing factor to units in this game. So yeah, it is absolutely worth going through the effort of grinding staffers like we did with Salem. I don't want to double click, I'm just... I'm gonna rearrange his inventory there. I don't want to mana heal stuff.
Iron Man safety strats.
Yeah. Here you can see that Leaf technically has a benchmark that he wants to reach in this game. This ballistician here has predetermined stats. He has 25 attack, and Leaf has 25 physical bulk at base. So Leaf does have a benchmark by chapter 16 he wants to have gained at least 1 physical bulk. It's a little bit consistent for him.
No, you can't just say that. You need to tell us the odds. What are the odds that he levels at least 1 defense or strength in 10 levels?
Or like at least 30, if I were to say.
30?
Yeah, at least 30.
30%? I see. Well, it's technically true.
That's
kind of
solid.
satisfying. Now, if I had the foresight that you would bring this up, I would have calculated it specifically so I could make fun of, or make a joke here with the exact number. But alas, I didn't.
He's level 16, right?
Nah, he's level 11 now, but
11.
He
was
is,
level
he's
10.
level 11. You don't have to. It's fine.
You'd
Oh,
need
I
to
just
do
need
the
to-
odds of
I need to
the odds of not getting.
either for 10 levels.
Yeah.
It's
So
easy stats.
what are his growth rates? Is Wifey in this chat?
Nope, we have courtesy of Lil Manster 1.08. It's 25%.
3.32 to the 10 to the minus 7. There you go.
Yeah.
It is
I
his failure rate.
Okay, not gonna get us a percent.
I don't think it matters at that point.
3.32 times 10 to the minus 4%. Wait, to the minus 5 even.
So that would be 0 with 4 zeros, right? Or is it 5 zeros?
0.0000332.
Man, never punished, Lolo. Never punished.
Here, asbel is going to do an instant transmission to Brook. He has 2 important benchmarks he wants to reach. He wants to reach the defensive benchmark so that he can live 2 hits of the Master Lance. It's not necessary that he hits the defensive benchmark, because if he fails to, then we can use the Thief Staff with a buffed up Tina. And if he fails to meet the offensive benchmark so that he can kill in 2 non-criticals, such as by the first hit missing a crit and gaining a non-crit adept as well, he can reach the offensive benchmark with a Pure Water, as he did on turn 1. You'll see... Oh my fucking god, dude, asbel! The 99 hit without a support? This is interesting.
Facing 18 hit.
Because he can just go for this.
It's
Take him
about
out.
as reliable as it's gonna get in the first place, so why not?
Yeah. So normally, asbel wouldn't be hitting 99 hit here. We have a pretty good asbel though. And so he's actually got 99 hit here, without the support of Leaf and the Kingmaker. This is interesting, because normally we would be in the unfortunate scenario where, to maximize our reliability, we have to warp Leaf here, and then in the event that asbel fails to kill Brook, well, Leaf just kind of dies, and that's the end of the run, and there's nothing we can really do about that. There's around a 0.5% chance that asbel fails to kill, and that's kind of as low as we can get it. But fortunately here, since he can reach that threshold without the support of Leaf, we can maybe adapt our strategy and see if he fails to kill before we actually warp Leaf over there, and then maybe that's something that we can actually react to. I wasn't expecting him to get 99 hit here, but again, he has an almost guaranteed chance to kill here. Let's see what he gets. Come on, asbel. Give me a crit. Easy. That's adept as well.
And because he adapted before the enemy counter, that's also a 25 craft crit, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
He gets it done.
Which was unneeded,
really
but
matter.
it's funny.
It's funny. Did he get defense? Yeah, he got defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just showing off at this point.
Do you think, what's his chance? Will he hit 5 more levels? It's not out of the question that he caps defense in this playthrough. I'm actually gonna be honest. He might do it. If that happens, I think we actually replace Sed with Asbel in the final chapter.
Wait, that's stuff you're supposed to keep to yourself. Keep it a surprise.
Yeah, I'm cutting that out. That might actually be that's so fucked up.
I mean, he's already, like, about as strong as Sed, right?
Yeah. It's just the
minus a
full
little
setting
magic
is
too.
28.
Yeah.
Rescue Leaf. Leaf looks like he's in a really precarious situation right now. He's surrounded by ballisticians who can straight up one-shot him. Fortunately, once you kill Brook, these ballisticians will stop attacking and a lot of the enemies will begin retreating. So we don't have to worry about Leaf's chance of survival. Without going into the exact specifics, if Leaf manages to get a movement star on that player phase, it is possible that we can decrease this chapter from a 3-turn to a 2-turn. This does also have some side effects because, for example, Dean is trying to get a Master Seal on this next player phase. But if you take all of this into account, you'll see that there is around a 7.25% chance that you can save a turn through here and another chapter by proccing a movement star, which is nice and convenient if it does happen, but we don't plan for it to. So
would it have been possible to save a because I was looking away for a moment because my sister was talking to me. Would it have been possible to save what I assume was a rescue use to get Leaf back down there by just giving him a warp staff that Sloof could have traded? Or do you not have warp staff available that's not broken?
Yeah, unfortunately at this point we only have one warp staff. The only way you get a second warp staff by this point is if you spend like 25 turns and 12x. A bit counterproductive.
Yeah, a bit slow.
A little bit. I wish I could fuck up Camp right now.
It's always morally correct to bully Camp.
I will take the opportunity, because I want to see how high his stats are going. We will fuck up this specific ballistician. Sorry, dude. Anyway, that's chapter 16 done in just 3 turns. Let's get going.
So, now that we're in chapter 17, we're in for another warp skip. That said, there's a few more things we can do here. We can visit the church to get a stern recruitable character who is insane. Even better than Sloof in some ways. At least I think so.
When trained.
It depends, as I said, in some ways. It's not one-to-one. You can visit the villages to the north of the map to get a rescue staff and a warp staff, and because 1 warp staff is enough, 2 is enough, 3 isn't enough either. So we're gonna get yet another one by stealing from the bishop boss. Is he a bishop or a dark bishop? Either way. He's next to the church. That guy. There's also technically a recruitable green unit, I believe, on this map called Misha.
Yes.
Who will be skipped because she takes forever to recruit. You need to like talk to her and then sleep her and then capture her. Too many turns.
It's not actually a cost of turns to recruit Misha. It's more a cost of resources. It is required that you manage to put her to sleep. For us, that would mean a use of the sleep staff to do it most reliably. But of course, the sleep staff is quite tight on uses, so we prefer to use it elsewhere when possible.
Once Asbel's warped to the bus, it's basically almost the exact same scenario from last chapter, where he has some bulk thresholds to hit, and some offensive thresholds. And he is at a point where he needs any crit or 2 non-critical hits to kill. Because of his graph caliber and everything, his second attack or adept on that is a guaranteed crit, which would just kill the boss. So it sounds like there's a lot of ways this combat could go, but we managed to simplify the probabilities a bunch and calculate the exact chance of asbel killing the guy for no real reason. It's small.
Much to my dismay.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell at a glance that
zero.
it's less than 1%, but if you put everything into a spreadsheet by visualizing like every possible way the first attack plus adept can go, and then a bunch of other things, and then multiply them together, you can find out that it's, what, 0.6%?
Yeah, 0.52.
0.52 this time, yeah. 0.6 was another one.
No, it was 0.65 for Salem if you were to try that.
Oh yeah. The intent of this spreadsheet was to see if asbel could capture Salem reliably, but we reused it a bunch of times because asbel does everything
Yeah.
constantly.
Forget Lara again. Oh right, yeah, the S drink. Alright, let's get going with it. Fat Tina level? Hell yeah. Here's our Tina, by the way. Thank you, Tina.
Those are really good stats. Did you give her the skill
powers.
rings?
Yeah, well, one of them. We only got one.
That's still 9 levels. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, she gets one base, and then she has one from promotion. So that's 7
I thought her
levels.
base was 0 because that was the funny meme with her.
One is still fine. It might be 0, and I'm almost certain it's
Does
1.
she just have randomized stats as an enemy, or?
No. That's not a thing in this game. That would be fucking insane with Thracia stat generation.
True. Can you imagine getting a like enemy like Ilios with like an extra move point or something?
I mean, that's what Amalda has.
Tina leveled skill really fast, but she still missed the right ones that you want her to miss.
Yeah.
So it's just perfect all around.
She missed like specifically the personal staves. So she was getting the fat levels and 10 staff experience. We have a scroll. Yes, and he doesn't need a weapon. It feels so crazy finally being in the late game here.
Yeah, the other game was a struggle, and now it's just go and do
Also
it.
feels crazy calling it the late game, but it kind of is what often you'll be skipping.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother using that D move star because it actually doesn't change anything. I'll just show next turn how it doesn't affect my strategy. Is it possible to command a vulnerary? No, okay. That would have been funny, if possible. I would have thought about it.
Jesus.
You're not keeping up with how fucking deranged I am.
I assume you've planned Hermione uses.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like our team is gonna need that so much. I don't know who that's going to. It would like actually be useful potentially on a staffer like Salem or Sleuth, but asbel though. here, Dean's going to be attacked by... Here, Dean's about to be attacked by all of these Falcon Knights. They're led by Misha, the recruitable character. Dean is entirely unequipped, but he's actually totally fine here. I forget the exact situation here, because he was... I planned most of this chapter in advance. But I believe typically most of those units won't actually attack him, and so he doesn't have chance of death. Yeah, most... They have static stats. I think normally you wouldn't have all of them attacking. Yeah, so even if all of these 4 attacked him, then he still wouldn't have died. Here he's visiting this other house. As Latias was mentioning in the preparations, they give you a warp staff and a rescue staff both at once, which is much appreciated.
Oh yeah, we just had some lying around.
We just had some around.
One of the rescue staff you got in this game, I believe, in the Reinhardt chapter.
Yeah.
The person's just saying something along the lines of, yeah, I was using it to rescue some chicken back to my farm.
Yeah.
Like, apparently it just grow on grow on trees in this universe.
The generic A staffer.
Right? Like, can we recruit you, please?
It's my favorite generic is Eldigan's wife, which, for context, Eldigan has 0 skills. His son has 3 skills.
Yeah.
This means he married the strongest woman on Juggerl.
He'll be fine.
It'd be really funny though if he wasn't, and the person who marked him just said, "It's just a prank, bro."
That would be so mean.
Well, there is an overlap between the two sometimes.
Asbel takes another clip for his 2022 boss kill compilation.
Do it. Do it. Bitch, you won't. That's what I thought. Fuck yeah. Oh, let's fucking go. We're making it, Ada.
We're making it.
We're fucking making it.
I forgot he had chance of that for a moment.
He
Wait, did
didn't. No, he didn't. He has enough bulk.
Wait, what was the 0.6? Was the
Defense
chance of
level?
success?
The defense level?
He's
What?
actually capping. What?
This
I'm
fucking
glad
kid
to be your lucky charm
with
for
his
today.
10 movement. The fated Asbel? Is this a good time to tell you that the fucking, like, I hex edited the ROM or some shit? What the fuck with this kid? Alright, fuck this dude. It's good that Dean actually got hit by something there. That's gonna allow us to immediately make use of this character here. This is Sarah. She has B rank staves and 5 movement stars. When we promote her, she'll immediately get to A rank staves. So her grinding threshold isn't staff rank, she just needs to get 7 levels.
7? No, she needs
Sorry,
3 levels.
3 levels. Here we can immediately get 1 because she has Paragon by using the Fortify staff from Moore. Thank you very much, Moore. That was very kind.
Yeah, Sarah is insane. Like, she's really
Yeah,
good here, but
Oh.
on a
Typical Sarah
casual
level.
run. Yeah, that's what I was gonna point out. Like the growth rates, growths over bases, except when you have growths at, well, you know what? I was gonna say when you have growths at like 80%, maybe growths are better. But then I remembered that her bases are, what,
Yeah.
like after promo she has like 18 magic at base,
The idea
something
behind
like that.
Sarah as a combat unit is she's a glass cannon. But this game has still yet to be proven to have any combat units, so she is to us just an A rank staff after promotion.
Wait, what about Asbel?
Asbel, he has D staves. What are you talking about?
Like,
let's-
as a, you know, as an, you have a combat team, you have asbel.
No, he has D rank saves.
But,
I remember there was a little thing in chapter 18 where I was writing like, okay, so like that can be a small thing that can go wrong here. It's okay though if you get 1 movement on Asbel. He has fucking 10.
So, to get a triple S rank, you'd have to recruit Xavier, which is probably one of the most difficult recruitments in the entire series. You have to not kill any of his group of Armor Knights.
Yeah, Xavier's this guy.
And then there's some, green units over to the left. And what, you have to reunite them with their specific Armor Knight?
Yes, there's 1 Armor Knight to each individual civilian.
Yeah. And once you've done all that, without killing the Armor Knights, you can recruit Xavier. Or, you know.
We can use the magic ring. We can see how far this little guy goes. Here we're in chapter 18, quite a pinnacle of the game and its story, and it concludes this short burst of warp skip maps. Here we have Gustav, and he is quite clearly the strongest of these few bosses that we've just been facing. He has a Master Lance and Thoron, and we can steal his Master Lance with Tina, making him equip Thoron, which will decrease his avoid, and so we can easily hit 99 hit with Asbel. Unfortunately, however, even with 99 hit, he effectively only has around 83% hit, because Gustav has a 17% chance to proc Previce, which will just negate any damage that Asbel would have done. Makes it effective to as if he missed. This means that the only real reliable way to kill Gustav is that you warp Asbel and Leaf, but you also have to warp Lara, and so if Asbel fails to kill Gustav, you dance with him and he has another shot. Doing this, he would have around a 1-ish% chance of failure, which is a bit high for our liking, but we do have another means of going about it. The reason that him failing to kill Gustav would be so catastrophic is because you can see that Xavier and all his Armor Knights around here, they're pretty strong, and with squishy units like Leaf and Lara, they could absolutely be killed if we're forced to, if they're forced to see an enemy phase. And of course, both of those units would end up just resetting the run. But there is another way we can go about things. If we were to somehow make sure that these units aren't here, then we would kind of have all the time in the world to take care of Gustav. What that means is that in order to decrease our chance of failure from around 1.16 to around 1.17, we warp Asbel here onto this pillar, where he receives the terrain bonus. He kills everybody on enemy phase, and then we have marginally higher reliability. This is pretty sad. I like Xavier, personally, but we are definitely not recruiting him. In a Triple S playthrough, we would be forced to, and that would mean that we would have to take all of these civilians, we'd have to escort them to the throne room, where each one speaks to their corresponding Armor Knight. Only after that can you speak to Xavier with Leaf. So this recruitment, you can kind of see, it really increases your turn count, and it's one of the many barriers which would really cause you problems if you were to try and do a format like this, but in complete recruitment for Triple S rank. Fortunately, of course, we have no such obligation, so murder it is. Here Tina unlocks this here chest. It has the Neuron Scroll. It's quite fortunate that we can easily snag this here, because in this playthrough we're somewhat low on Crusader Scrolls. So having another one for notably one of the much later chapters just helps because we don't have to think about crits. How high will his stats go?
You know, if you gave Asbel a cost, that would be an alternate way to get him to reliably kill the boss.
Even this fucked up, like, busted asbel doesn't have enough health. I'm sorry. I wish.
Does it count as the start of the battle or at the end of the round?
At the start of battle.
Unfortunate.
But I like where your mind's at.
I mean, the reason I noticed is just you scrolled over from Dagdar with 44 HP to Asbel with 50.
Alright, time for Asbel to see another quote-unquote precarious enemy phase. Again, Asbel has, if you were to play the game from the beginning and have random levels on Asbel, he would have around 0.16% chance of failure here. We already know that this Asbel has incredible stats, so I would expect that he doesn't actually face any chance of failure at all. I could be wrong on that. But either way, whatever chance of failure he has, I'm sure it rounds to 0. I think it's also a good time to note, especially because we're going through all of this effort to reduce a 1% chance of failure to like 0.1. We are quite obsessive over the probability in this run, and maybe to an excessive amount. The way I'd like to express this is that in a typical LTC, you would be playing chapter by chapter, and so your threshold for reliability would be very different. You know, like if you can get through a chapter with, let's say, maybe 90% chance of success, you would look at that and say, that's really reliable. But if you were to play through a game from start to finish, and you had around 90% chance of success on each individual chapter, then your overall chance of success for the entire run would really quickly decline, to the point where it would end up forcing you to just reset runs over and over. And of course, this isn't quite what we're talking about, 10% chance of failure. We're talking about around 1. But still, this probability does compound. So when you have Asbel seeing many different enemy phases, you're seeing him fight many different bosses, it really is important that we try and absolutely maximize his chance of success. At least to me. To me, that's really the core of this run. It is optimizing reliability as much as possible. And honestly, what better to have in the background while I'm talking about this than Asbel dodging every single enemy. What a guy. I'm sorry, Xavier. I love you, buddy. But it's not gonna work out. Goodbye. God bless you.
I love that the enemy just has 4 dancers sometimes.
Yeah. Can we capture them? Like Fate style? Can we recruit them?
What
I'd
would your
love it.
generic dancer be called?
I'm not sure. Try and randomly generate me one.
Randomly, Yeah, I feel like dancers. I feel like dancers need pretty basic names, so I'm just gonna call the dancer Tiffany.
Sure.
It would be really funny if, like, if they did the double dancer infinite movement thing.
It would be.
I'd love to see that from enemies.
That would be good. Hey, Ardo.
Yeah?
you know Gustav?
Mm-hmm.
And how he has like capped strength, and he has a really high might lance. And how I
Yeah.
looked at this dude and I said, well, I was looking at the defensive benchmarks for chapters 16 and 17, and I thought, well, Asbel can pretty reliably reach those. It's unfortunate that we're gonna have to just steal the Master Lance from Gustav. Well, about that. Asbel would actually live both hits from Gustav. So,
Oh my god.
we don't necessarily have to steal that. And in fact, I don't think we will. I think I can make chapter 20 more reliable by not doing that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just rock with this insane Asbel, I guess. Xavier, like Gustav, also has Pervice, and so it's not a guarantee that Asbel managed to kill him on that enemy phase there. Even if Asbel failed to, though, we can warp Leaf to this tile here, nice and secluded, and then we can have Asbel go up here, and he blocks Leaf from Xavier, and we can safely attack the boss. There's so many fucking graphical eases. Yeah, I can heal more than 14, so it's definitely safe to do this. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's see what our fucked up Asbel does. I believe he's at the crit plus hit threshold.
Yeah.
So we're looking at probably a 3-turn. But we might get lucky. Oh! Yeah? Hell yeah! Saved a turn.
By lucky you mean 83%.
Okay, fine. Like, planning this shit
technically
does
a little
something
higher
to
when
you,
you account for
and your
rerolls.
perception on statistics. Alright, so I guess we're coming out of here with
Okay.
an extra use of the thief stuff. That's cool. I may as well use Physic, get a full level on Tina, because I like her. She kind of has all the stats
Who
that
doesn't
she
like
needs.
Tina, honestly?
Strength.
Strength and speed. I've heard that's good.
Yeah, a decent set.
That's what they
Wait, who
told me
else
on
needs healing?
GameFAQs.
What else did they tell
right.
you on GameFAQs? Spread your knowledge.
I mean, sure, I'll get a level 12 Tina. I won't complain about it. We have enough physics stakes, so... Wait, where else do we need in Sword? Do we need it anywhere else? Sarah's fine, because she uses Rescue in 21x, so she can promote without that. But I might still... How much magic does she get on promotion? I'd like her to get 20. That's what I already want. She gets 6 magic. Okay, yeah, I'll get her this level just to be sure. Because where else do I use in Sorrel? I don't really need it anywhere else, because my units are helped. Okay. We'll just make sure that she gets to 20 magic after promotion. There we go. Alright, there it is. Chapter 18 in 2 turns. We did it. There is one more chapter, one more notable chapter in the game where we could possibly lose. And even then, we don't lose the run. We would have to adapt. We would still be able to adapt to what can happen in one other chapter in the game. And aside from that, we made it. We're in the home stretch. And we can do it. And we can first try Ironman a low turn count of Thracia. Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
But hear me
Thank you
out.
both
What
for
if
joining
Sed
me.
misses all 4 99s?
Oh, don't you worry, he's got adapt.
That's why I said all
might-
4.
we might need-
I assumed that he would adapt twice and miss twice. Or
we might not
miss
even...
the-
Oh, we dance for him, don't worry.
What if he misses 8
Shut up.
99s?
Stud dies and we send Asbel to do it
Yeah,
properly
who
on the
cares
next
about
turn,
Sed?
okay?
Who the fuck needs Sed? Here we also get the we get the member card because of our very generous performance in that chapter.
Apparently, the only Leonster knights that matter are the ones with the soldier sprites.
Yeah, it's only the soldiers. Anyway, join us next time for another defend map, and then we will finally be making our advance to the end of the game. I am so excited. Thank you for watching. Thank you both for joining us. Say something, you fuck.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
The pleasure's all mine.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.